Hey guys, it's been a while since I've made one of these videos. I'm sorry I've been away. I have good reason. Not the best, but shall we talk about it? Man, it feels weird making a video in such a long time, but it also kind of feels natural. So over the last few weeks, I have been down under the weather. I don't know what it was. It could have been the coronavirus. It could have been just a cold. I'm not sure. But it took forever for me to get back to normal, and I'm still not normal. I still don't feel 100%, so I'm not sure what it was, but man, it just felt terrible. I wasn't feeling good at all. I didn't feel like doing anything. So the fish room, not much has changed since the last time. But I'll give you a quick look at what's going on in here, even though, like, it's not that interesting right now. The contest tank, it's almost time to take the contest tank picture, and I've just realized that I'm currently out of CO2, so you can see there's no CO2 going in the tank, so I've got to refill that. But yeah, I've got another 2 weeks left, or maybe even less than 2 weeks to get the final photo taken and then submit it. And I don't know if I'm not confident this year because my plants have not been growing for me for some reason, and I'm guessing it's because the water temperature has been too low this year. I wasn't keeping the room warm enough, and I should have just heated this tank, put a heater in here, but I was too lazy. I don't know why. I just don't like the look of heaters in a planted tank. It just takes up space and doesn't look aesthetically pleasing. So the water temperature of this tank was 20 degrees Celsius and below during these last few months, so I think it was quite cold and the plants were not growing as fast as I wanted. But the good news is because the water was colder, there wasn't much algae. So I've had like almost zero algae in this tank, very minimal algae, which was nice, but then the plants didn't grow as fast. So right now the temperature is up to, I think, around 23 degrees Celsius, so it is slightly higher. Ideally you would want 23 to 25 degrees Celsius is like the normal range where plants grow really well, and you get some algae but not too much. If you go higher than that, then you can start getting weird algae problems, and yeah, so you want to find the right balance, and this year I was just going a bit too low with the temperature. So that is the contest tank right there. Hopefully in the next few weeks the plants will grow and do better. But yeah, moving on. So let's talk about this, because this was the last build, the last video we did for this for the channel. And so I've got the rack set up, and you can see right now there's a lot of stuff on it and under it. But I've got my soils down below, and then I've got my two new tanks. So these are the this one here is the 𝗲𝘃𝘀𝗶𝗶𝗀𝗀, and this is the 𝗲𝘃𝑁EO-glass_PALUDA. So it's just a glass case, and right now I've just got some plants stored in here, some various types of anubias and cryptocorynes, as well as some orchids hanging in the back. And then this tank up here is the system paluda, which is a whole like terrarium paludarium system. It's got a fog system that will come out and a mist wall. So I'm hoping to set up a terrarium in here soon. So I'm going to be away next month, so I don't think I'll be able to do this by then. And I don't want to set anything up before I leave, because the first few weeks of a new setup is when you need to maintain it most, because you get algae problems and you want to find the right balance, the lighting balance and stuff like that. So the lights there just turned off, so I got to turn that back on. But yeah, I also want to set this tank up. This is the 4-foot terrarium that we'll be setting up, and right now it's empty. I have been thinking about the scape I want to do in here. I've got a piece of wood in there, and I'm still thinking like how I want the layout to be, and I have a good idea, but I just haven't got around to setting it up. So I might start playing with this in the next few days with the hardscape, but I'm not gonna set it up just quite yet. And same with this. This is a 3-foot tank. It's gonna be a rock scape using some nice Frodo stones that we've got right here. So we'll be using that rock. I'll be playing around with it in the next few days as well. And just create the hardscape, but not fill it up with water and plant it. Because with an aquascape, the first few weeks you get lots of algae and you have lots of problems. So I want to be here for the setup. And next month I'm not going to be here, so I don't want to set anything up. Now these racks, let me turn this light back on. There's a few things I want to talk about in this video moving forward. What's the next video, and also what plans I have. And also I want to work on this today. So in the past I mentioned I want to move this plant. This is my Philodendron Papua New Guinea, and it's been in this orange bucket for I think more than a year now, and it's been doing really well. You can see it's been sending out all these new growth, and it's growing quite well. But I want to move it into this little ceramic bowl. It's a rice fish bowl. I don't know if I want to put rice fish in here, but first I want to get it set up with this plant. Just a simple setup, maybe some gravel and then some of this plant. And originally I was thinking of moving this whole thing, emptying out this bucket because I want to use it for water changes and stuff like that. But I've come to really like the look of this orange bucket in this room. Not necessarily in this position, but it kind of gives character. And I don't know, I like the look of it. So I do want to keep that set up as well. So I'm thinking of keeping both of them for now. And maybe in the future I can take that down if I don't like it anymore. But yeah, what do you guys think of this? Do you like how it's growing in this orange bucket? Let me know in the comments below. So for now, I'm just going to take some trimmings of this and create a new setup in this ceramic bowl. Alright, so I've decided that I'm going to dismantle the bucket, the orange bucket setup, because I just need the space in this fish room. I don't want it to be too cluttered, so we're going to take it down. I'm going to add some substrate in this new one, and oh my god, okay, that wasn't so smart. We're going to be using just a normal type of gravel. So I want to talk about next week's video. I'm going to be uploading a video that's a tour of an incredible gallery in Malaysia when I was there a couple months, 2 months ago. If you don't know Josh Sim, he's an incredible aquascaper. He's won the 𝗲𝗾𝗾𝗀𝗀𝘀 International Aquatic Plants Layout Contest twice, and many people in this aquascaping hobby knows who he is. He's built some of the most amazing looking aquariums, and I got to visit his gallery. This gallery that he showed me is done by him and one of his good friends, who's also a very good aquascaper and has won the same contest previously as well. So they're both aquascaping champions, and I was really fortunate to be able to go there and take a look at his aquascape. So that video will be coming out next week, and we'll be seeing some incredible tanks as well as the most amazing walk-in terrarium or paludarium. I'm not sure which it is, but it's just an incredible jungle, and you guys will see that next week. Look at the roots, look at that, that's incredible. I did not know it was growing that well. Alright, so it's done. You can see that the leaves are kind of like they're not upright, and as with time goes, I think they'll stand up on their own as they start reaching for the light. And I may also add some light here. I might like put a clamp spotlight here so that we can have some light shining onto these guys. But yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I might add a small little air stone in here so that we can have some surface agitation, because I don't want like mosquitoes to come in here and start breeding in there. And then there are still some cuttings left, and some of these don't have very many roots on, like this guy. So I'll try to get some roots out, and then we can use them for other setups. But that is that. I'm glad that's out of the way. Now the fish room is looking pretty good at the moment. There's still a lot of things I want to clean up, and it's much more spacious. I'm really happy with how this fish room is turning out. We've got the sofa here, but this will be moved out of the way in the future. I don't really like it here, and the contest tank will be coming here, and we'll be moving the sofa where the contest tank is right now. I don't have a cover on the contest tank, so yeah, but it's looking pretty good. I'm really happy with how the contest tank is coming along. The results for the 𝗲𝗾𝗂𝘀𝗀 contest will be out end of August, so the video for that tank, you'll see it end of August. If you guys aren't entering, you should consider. It is a really fun contest. You just got to take a picture of one of your planted tanks and send it to the 𝗲𝗾𝗂𝘀𝗀. These 4 tanks here are doing okay. This tank has some problems. I think it's a nutrient imbalance or not enough nutrients. The plants have been dying back. The fish are all doing amazing. These are the fish I'll be using for the contest. But they're 𝗲𝗾𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀. There's some other fish in here as well, but we'll be using the harlequins for the contest. And yeah, I'm thinking of these top 2 tanks. I'm thinking of changing the substrate to gravel so it's more like this, and then we can grow plants that are similar, like Java ferns, anubias, various types of those easy to care for plants. Because these 2 tanks here require so little maintenance. I don't have to do anything at all, except for like clean the glass once every few months, because it really doesn't get any algae and the plants are growing really well. I still want to add more plants in the foreground, but I'm still testing out and seeing which plants work and which don't. Like, I've tested out a few different types of cryptocorynes, but they seem to die back. Some seem to do okay, but I really want to find the plants that will thrive in this gravel setup. And you can see the Java fern really does well as the anubias. This tank here is doing okay as well. This is one of the soil setups. Right now, it's doing incredible. The plants are pearling, there's no algae, and everything is growing really well. But I'm just afraid that one day, look at the pearling on the Java fern, the needle leaf Java fern. That looks amazing. But yeah, I'm really afraid that in a few weeks or a few months time, this tank will turn into this once it's out of nutrients. And I could add fertilizers, but I want setups that don't really need fertilizers. Like this. This has been going strong for a few years now, and I have never added fertilizers into these 2 tanks. These are the first 3 Boesemani's I've got, and the babies are over here. So these are the first batch of babies that I raised up, and you can see how good they look. There's so many of them, and they're all getting color and all starting to look really nice. And then we've got the next batch. So the next batch is in this tank. It's really hard to see. There's a lot of algae, but if you look closely, there are babies swimming around in this tank. Quite a few of them. And yeah, I'm hoping they'll get big, and I'm probably going to give these to one of my local fish store and get some credit for them. And then my Vietnamese white cloud minnows, I also just noticed that there are some babies in here. So I'm really happy about that. You can see the tanks don't look very nice. It's very messy and lots of algae, but the baby fish thrive in those conditions. Moving down below, we've got this tank with my plecos, my leopard frog plecos. They're always hiding during the day. And then down in this tank, I've got some tuxedo platies. And I'm also trying to let this tank grow out with the plants so that the babies can grow up in here. I want to keep these tanks as low maintenance as possible because I will be traveling again, and I just want easy setups. This one doesn't have anything in except for some anubias and bucephalandra. There's a lot to do and a lot more videos to come. I also want to get this wire sorted out because it's been bugging me the whole time. So I want to organize this. I want to put like a strip here so that we won't see this thing anymore. And also, I'm thinking of getting Wi-Fi in this room so that I can do live streams from here. And also members live streams. So I'm thinking of doing a weekly live stream for members. I still don't know what day is best to do live streams, so I'm gonna think about that. But yeah, if I can do live streams from here, it's gonna be amazing. Have a little table set up, and the sofa will be great for that. I'm excited for what's to come, for more videos and also more store tours coming your way. Be sure to like it, subscribe it, and I'll see you guys next time.